Hi YouTube, it's Erin. It is Monday, June 17th, 2013. I am here for my week 18 post-op update. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy on February 11th, 2013, and I weighed in yesterday morning as I do every Sunday, and this week I lost an astonishing 7.5 pounds. Yay me. I did not expect that number, that's for sure, but I was hoping it would be a good number, but good number for me is usually between 4 and 5. So to see 7.5, I could not get over it. I got on and off the scale just as many times as I did last week with my pound and a half, just to make sure that it was right. And it was the same each and every time, so something went right this week. I wish I knew what it was that made it so great, because I would like to have a number like that all the time. That's a pipe dream though. So my guess is that that won't happen. But so anyway, that is a total loss of 97.4 pounds, which means I am 2.6 pounds away from the big 100. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it that in 4.5 months I have lost almost 100 pounds. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy to me. I still can't believe it. Like sitting here telling you, I can't get over it. So very exciting. This week I hope to put in just as much hard work so that I will come up with a good number by the end of this week. I know it will be nothing close to yesterday's, but I will strive for something good, so I hope next week I have something good to report as well. First, let me apologize for last week's video that was 25 minutes long. I did not realize it was going to be that long of a video, nor when I uploaded it did I really even realize that it was that long. I obviously am a chatterbox, and I get a little long-winded, and I go off the beaten path with some of my stories, and obviously I talked about all of that stuff way too much, which I will try not to let happen anymore, because really, who has 25 minutes to sit around and watch a YouTube video? Oh, I do. Not really, but I kind of do. Because obviously I watched YouTube for who knows how long. Anyway, this week I just had a few things that I wanted to touch on. Nothing too exciting happened. I went to the beach over the weekend, and I sat in my beach chair that I had last year, and I have to say that I felt so small in it in comparison. My legs weren't touching the side. I was like in the seat, not like at the edge of the seat, and everything. I've had that chair for about, I want to say 3 years now, and I think that I can actually officially retire. And it's actually, it's a wider chair that could have fit my big ass that I used to have. Um, so, you know, like everything else in the world, or everything else that I owned, it was to accommodate myself. And I do love the beach, and no matter what size I was, I did always go. I just didn't, I always just wore a cover up. But, and I still wear a cover up, but someday that will hopefully come to an end. But anyway, it just felt good to actually sit in it and feel like little Edith Ann, if you remember that. God, did I just age myself? With Lily Tomlin used to do this character where she sat in a big chair and she looked like a little kid, and I obviously didn't look that like that, but it was close enough. So that was good. The only bad thing that happened, and I completely forgot when I was sitting in it, because I was sitting there and I'm like, ooh, what was that noise? And I felt something under me, kind of not pop, but it like, I don't know, it made like a little popping kind of sound and whatever. And I, at that exact moment, remembered that when I put that chair away last year, that the excuse me, the seam on the canvas on the seat had begun to fray. So it was weak already. And like I said, I have had this chair for 3 years. So it has gotten plenty of use. And it was like a moment of panic hit me. Oh my God, I'm going to break this chair. The canvas is just going to let go, and I'm going to fall on my ass. And how am I going to get up? And I was with my sister and my mother. And I'm like, how embarrassing would that be if I'm sitting here in the frame of this chair? And number one, I know why it was giving way, because last year it had started to fray. It wasn't like it just happened this year, because I didn't want anybody else on the beach to like look at me now and be like, oh my god, that girl just broke her beach chair, when actually it was my big 400 some odd pound ass last year that started making it give way. So anyway, that was an ordeal, but it brought me back to a place where I panicked over furniture. And not that a beach chair is furniture, but you guys all know that you look at a chair and you think to yourself, like especially a chair that has like arms or whatever, ooh, am I going to fit in that chair? Or is that chair going to support me? Or anything like that. And I hated it. I hated the panic that I felt. And I literally sat there all day like not wanting to move because I was afraid that this bottom of the seat was going to give way. And then finally I um my sister had gone up to her apartment and found that she had another beach chair up there. So she brought it down for me to sit in, and it was a normal sized chair, and I fit in it just fine. So I got rid of that old chair, and I said goodbye to it forever, because I can finally fit into a normal beach chair. So that was such a good feeling, but I'll tell you what, old habits die hard, right? That you, like, I really felt like I was getting anxiety sitting in that chair, because there was a group of young people that were sitting a little further behind us, and all I could think was, oh my god, please, please, God, don't let me fall through this chair and have them see me and laugh at me and who knows what, because, you know, I have anxiety of everybody who has a smartphone with a camera on it that could have easily taken a picture or anything like that. Ugh, I hate the fact that I still am so worried about that stuff. And you know, I'm down almost 100 pounds, and it's like, oh, when's that ever gonna end? Probably never, who knows. And oh, oh god, what was I just gonna say? I don't know, doesn't matter. But so that was my day at the beach, but we had a good time otherwise. And I was looking at my thighs, and I'm like, wow, they've really thinned out quite a bit. Um like not that they're not touching anymore, but that like just where my knee, the bend of my knee, like doesn't have that big piece of fat next to it anymore. And I'm like, ooh, finally, I actually can start to see some of the results of all my hard work. So that was good. And then I went out with my friends on Saturday night and got a lot of recognition from so many people that I haven't seen in some time, just as to, you know, my weight loss and all that. And I got asked by one person, you know, what I was doing, and I just told him, I'm like, oh, I said portion control, I said I eliminated carbs, and, you know, I'm working out a lot, which is the absolute truth. Nobody needs to know that I have this tool to help me. But it was just nice to hear that that people have noticed and all that. And I actually wore a pair of jean capris or denim capris, and I can't tell you the last time any of my friends even saw me in a pair of jeans, never mind a slim pair of jeans, or that I've even shown my ankles to anyone, because they always have been so puffy looking. So I actually felt so good when I went out on Saturday. It was a nice feeling finally to not be so self-conscious, to be a little self-conscious still. You know, I'm not one to be the center of attention or anything, so, you know, I would never do anything to bring attention to myself, but it was nice to not have to like hide in the corner either. So it was good, a nice little outing. I had so much fun. We went to go see my friend's boyfriend's band, who I used to see all the time when I was younger, and like I said, I saw a lot of people that I hadn't seen in some time, and that's it. So fun time. um on the medical note, last week it was quite warm here, and on Tuesday and Wednesday I'd gone for my walk at night, and my legs felt like they were 100 pounds each, and that I had lead boots on. I was so tired. It was like I was forcing myself to get this walk done. You know, it was like, oh my god, that's only been 10 minutes. Like, really? I have to do at least 45 minutes to an hour. and I couldn't even get through like 5 minutes without like waiting for my run keeper to chime in and tell me how far I've gone and all that. Ugh, it was awful. And the woman I work with actually said something to me about maybe I was dehydrated because muscle fatigue is a symptom of it. And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I really may not have been drinking the proper amount of water over the past couple of days and whatnot. And don't you know that I upped my water intake and that stopped? So I'm no doctor, but I have to think that maybe they might have been related. So I am really trying to be diligent with the water intake because obviously I don't want anything else to start happening. Oh, excuse me. To start happening because I'm not drinking enough water. So that was an interesting little tidbit. Furthermore, I am actually going to see my PCP this week. She emailed me a few weeks ago just to see how I was doing, and she hadn't seen me since surgery, obviously, so she wanted me just to come in for a checkup. She wanted to check my blood pressure and my glucose, so I'm going to see her on Wednesday night. I'm kind of excited to go see her because she should be really happy with the results so far. She had mentioned that she wanted to do a study on bariatric patients that she had been following because she had noticed that a lot of her patients that had the lap band had been gaining weight back. So she actually wants to have me take part in the study because she has nobody that has had the sleeve. So I guess we will talk about that on Wednesday as well, and I shall update you on that next week. Um, and otherwise, nothing too exciting. I had Oh, yesterday was Father's Day. I hope everybody had a good Father's Day and that you either got to spend it with your father or the father of your children, or if you are a father, happy Father's Day to you. Um, and I don't, oh, Consignment. I brought a whole bunch of clothes to Consignment on Friday night. I actually emptied out half of my closet 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, whatever. I think it was like the weekend before last weekend. And they had been sitting on the bed in my back bedroom waiting to go, and so I loaded them into the car Friday night after work, and I drove them on up to the consignment shop. The guy went through them, told me what he did want and what he didn't want, which he didn't want in my pants because he said that my pants weren't good sellers. I'm like, dude, these pants have gotten me through like the past 2 years. All right, not that long, but you know, whatever. I'm obviously a stylish person. It's not like the pants were out of style, but whatever. If he says he doesn't sell those kind, you know, if they aren't good sellers, then who am I to tell him any different? But I did drop off a ton of stuff, and he actually told me that if I had anything else to bring it up, he's looking for summer clothes and whatever. And I completely forgot that I had a ton, if I could say that word right, a ton of sundresses that I wanted to bring, and they were still sitting on my office chair when I got back. Stupid. So now I have to take a ride up there again, but that's alright. So hopefully I'll make a little bit of money back on that so that I could pay for the 2 pairs of jeans that I just ordered yesterday. Whatever. Ooh, and I also fit into a size smaller than what I was even wearing at the store. So that was exciting. I bought a pair of black capris that were like $10. I was like, how can I say no? It's bad. Bad. So, but that's all I left there with. There wasn't too much of a selection of anything else that I was really looking for. So, we'll see how I do on that. I actually probably can make another whole trip up there maybe later this week to bring the rest of my other stuff. And I have like 3 bins of clothes that I have to go through because I am a friggin' clothes horse. And I have to get rid of all of them. I mean, it's good in one way, but it's bad in another because there's so much money I spent on clothes. I can't even think about it. I will slowly begin to build that wardrobe up again, though. Right? In a much smaller size. So anyway, I think that's all. Where am I? 14 and a half minutes. Still long. Sorry. I hope you made it to the end. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great week. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and follow me along on this journey. I hope that your journey is going great. And I will see you next week. Okay? Have a great week, everyone. Bye.